out with the old and in with the new. It's time to save big at Room to Room's New Year's sale. Store-wide markdowns 50 to 70% off, no tax, 48-month special financing. It's a new year at Room to Room Furniture in Tupelo. There's no place like home.
At First Choice Bank, we know you can't always make it before the bank closes. With our integrated teller, you can talk to a live person as late as 7 p.m. on weekdays and noon on Saturdays. It's not just an ATM, it's an ITM. First Choice Bank, your choice for banking.
Mississippi's trusted weather experts. This is Mississippi Live Weather at 10.
Well, good evening and welcome to Mississippi Live Weather at 10. I hope all of y'all have had a fantastic evening tonight as we get ready to wrap up our Saturday and prepare for our Sunday. But hey, good news, not only is it the weekend, but we have a 3-day weekend in store, as most of us will have Monday off. So looking forward to that, making sure you are ready for everything in store for us here in North Mississippi. So let's get started with the broadcast. But starting off, we have a chilly Sunday in store. We're going to have a chilly overnight period, but pretty much all day tomorrow. Although it will be beautiful, it will be sunny outdoors, it's going to be a chilly one as well. So make sure to have those layers on, and you're definitely going to want to keep them ready. This isn't just going to be a Sunday thing. This is going into the rest of the work week. We are staying below average for the next few days, slowly returning towards average, eventually above, but we don't want to shut down yet. But definitely going to be some chilly days in store for us as we continue pushing further and closer towards the next work week. So make sure to have those layers ready and in the rotation of your wardrobe, because it will be a cold few days ahead of us. But those rain changes, they're going to hold off. We're going to stay dry as we continue to either enjoy or work our way through these cooler temperatures, no matter which way you put it, as if you enjoy them or not. But those rain changes, they'll come back into your forecast Wednesday, kind of midweek into Thursday, and then back into the forecast next Saturday. But for now, we are staying dry. Especially here in the first 12, you can see exactly that. Those cloud covers still above us just a little bit, but moving on out. 29 degrees by 11 o'clock, cooling off and seeing low 20s by 5. We'll be waking up at around 20 degrees, 21 tomorrow by 7 o'clock. Working our way back up towards the mid-20s by 9 o'clock. Still seeing those sunny skies above. And talk about just reaching freezing point, low 30s by 11. So definitely going to be a slow warm-up tomorrow, if we can even call it warming up. Our highs only topping out in the upper 30s tomorrow. We're going to feel a little bit cooler than what those temperatures are reading due to that northerly wind. So let's take a look and an example of that right now. Actually, this is out in Smithville. 31 degrees, feels like 28. That wind coming out of the northwest, allowing you to feel a little bit cooler than what that temperature is reading outdoors. So no matter what that temperature is reading tomorrow, maybe subtract just a few degrees, just because you're going to feel that much cooler as you go about your day. So keep those layers ready. Same thing out here in Kosciuszko. 32 feels like 24. So it is 10 o'clock here in North Mississippi, and we're feeling like we're in the mid-20s, especially those out there in Kosciuszko. That 9-mile-per-hour wind coming out of the north really starting to make you feel a lot cooler than what those temperatures are reading. And of course, heavier the wind, the more of a difference it'll be. Out here in Cleveland, though, 30 degrees feels like 30. No wind. So definitely a fan of no wind as we continue into those evening hours ahead, because that way that temperature and feels like values, they'll match up a lot better with whatever outdoor plans you have later on tonight. But our Mississippi Live Weather Radar, sponsored by Mama Justice, is showing beautiful conditions tonight, and that's nothing. We are not tracking anything across North Mississippi, no colors to look at here, and that is a good thing as we wrap up our Saturday. For any outdoor plans, y'all are good to go, but I know we're going to be talking about outdoor plans for tomorrow. Thankfully, it's going to look like that all day long as well. Now, where that moisture is, clearly not in North Mississippi, but actually further off in Alabama into Georgia as well. That moisture continuing to push eastward away from us here in North Mississippi, and that high pressure system still influencing our forecast, allowing us to stay dry and clear skies above, filtering in that northerly wind and allowing us to feel a lot cooler than what those temperatures are reading outdoors. That is the main driver in the forecast. But Futurecast is going to show exactly that. Still that northerly wind pushing into North Mississippi, and that's moving out the cloud cover as well, allowing us to see these clearer skies by the time we wake up tomorrow, and thankfully keeping it clear all day long. All that snow, unfortunately not affecting us, but hey, if you wanted to see it, it's right there, already moving on out, getting towards warmer temperatures, not lasting too long. But for us here in North Mississippi, the positive is we stay dry, we enjoy these beautiful conditions. But I'm right there with y'all. I will be wishing for some snow, putting a spoon under the pillow once we get closer, which I'm starting to learn apparently not a lot of people know that term. It's just one I grew up on. So if we ever want to try to get snow, maybe place a spoon under your pillow when it's in the forecast, and hopefully it'll work out. But I'll try to do my best to give y'all the best news possible. Right now, just going to be beautiful skies above. 22 degrees by 6 o'clock. Still seeing those clear skies by the time we wake up. Slowly working our way up towards the upper 30s. Notice working our way up. Not even saying warming up at this point because it'll still just be a chilly day. 3 o'clock saying 38 degrees and then cooling on off. Already talked about upper 20s by 9 o'clock. Probably already in the mid 20s by that 10 o'clock broadcast later on tomorrow night. But of course, with it being a 3-day weekend, I want to make sure you are up to date with everything you need to know for your Sunday, but also into your Monday as we get ready for another work week ahead. Thankfully, only a 4-day work week. So very excited to continue spending the weekend here with y'all. I'm going to let you know what those rain chances and those frigid conditions, how long they last, all that's coming up after the break.
When choosing a dentist for our family, Tupelo Smiles was the answer for us. They greet us with warm smiles right when we walk in the door, and they make us feel so welcome. We love Tupelo Smiles.
Right now, from the Room to Room Weather Center, here's meteorologist Caleb Edelblut.
Well, thanks for sticking here with us at Mississippi Live Weather at 10. Let's take a look at those current conditions right now out here in Tupelo. 31 degrees, but feels like 28. So kind of wanting to subtract just a few degrees as you plan any overnight or outdoor events later on this evening. And of course, that wind direction coming out of the north-northwest, that is what's influencing us, feeling a lot cooler, but we're also very dry. Dew point around 9 degrees, so no rain chances in the forecast for the next few days. It'll take a little bit before that comes back into our forecast. But Futurecast showing those dry conditions all across North Mississippi, and also some of that cloud cover still moving on out. This is at 10 o'clock, pushing towards midnight and into those AM hours. And that northerly wind not only make us feel cooler, but pushing that cloud cover out as well. So at least we can wake up to some beautiful conditions outdoors. But for those waking up for church and that commute, definitely want to make sure you are dressed with those layers because it will be a chilly one tomorrow morning. Look at those lows as we get ready to walk out of the door. We're talking about upper teens in some spots. 18 in Senatobia and Holly Spring, 19 in Corinth and Oxford. So definitely a cold start to the day, but 20 Tupelo, Houston, Eupora, 22 Greenwood, 24 out there in Greenville. Pretty much everywhere across North Mississippi, below average for this time of year, and definitely going to be a chilly start to the day. But speaking of church, here's your day planner for tomorrow. Pretty much no matter when you have those church events, it will be cold nonstop. We're starting off the day around 7 o'clock. There we go. 20 degrees by the time you walk out of the door, warming up towards mid-30s by lunchtime, upper 30s by 3 o'clock. Technically some low 40s sprinkled in there for your highs, but remember, take a few degrees off just due to that wind as you go about your day. We're talking about that freezing point, 32 by 7 o'clock already, just showing how cold we're going to be as we continue into the weekend ahead. But at least we are still talking about beautiful and sunny skies above. Continuing at Futurecast, this is at 8:30, tracking out your morning hours. Then wispy clouds across our viewing area, not really going to provide much shade or any cloud cover as you go about your Sunday. Even towards lunchtime, that cloud cover continuing to move on out. Not much to look at as we track out Sunday. Not really tracking anything else out except that wind change. Starting to come out of the west just a little bit more of the southwest motion. So trying to help us out just a little bit, and which is why our Monday can be a little bit warmer than our Sunday. But those highs tomorrow definitely still pretty cold. Upper 30s, low 40s across North Mississippi. 41 in Starkville, Eupora, Houston. 37 in Oxford, Holly Springs, Senatobia. 39 Clarkston, Cleveland. 42 Greenville and Belzona. Now let me step out of the way so you can see all these numbers. Let's take a look at those feels like values. Notice how they drop for the most part, and that's due to that northerly wind, allowing us to feel a lot cooler, and which is why we are all rooting for that wind direction. Starting to shift just a little bit from the southwest, trying to bring some of that moisture back and allow us to feel more like those temperatures are outdoors. Tomorrow, not really going to be the case until later on into those evening hours, but will eventually warm us up. And of course, with it being Sunday, no school, let's take the dog out for a walk tomorrow. I know my dog loves going for walks, has enjoyed them a lot lately. But 20 degrees by 7 o'clock, definitely Emmy will not be walking at that time. Working your way up towards the low 30s by 12 o'clock, and I think the prime temperature will be in the afternoon hours. Might enjoy it a little bit more, put on a sweater or something for them. They'll enjoy the nice sunny walk outdoors with you guys. So a beautiful forecast tomorrow, just definitely going to be a chilly one if you haven't caught on to that yet. But Futurecast still showing dry conditions all across North Mississippi. I'm going to let this play on out. Notice we see a cold front move on through. No pause points. It's not bringing any of that moisture. It's just allowing us to continue to stay cold and chilly as we continue into the work week. But Monday, thankfully, a holiday for us and allowing us to enjoy a 3-day weekend. But from 8 o'clock in your morning into lunchtime, still tracking dry and sunny skies, but that wind direction already coming back out of the north again, so allowing us to feel just a little bit cooler as we go about our Monday as well. Some thin, wispier clouds trying to make their way into our viewing area, but we're still seeing sunny, if not mostly sunny conditions, as that high pressure system continues to let us stay dry and sunny pretty much all day long for the next few days here in North Mississippi. Now those high temperatures, a little bit warmer for tomorrow. Mid-40s all across North Mississippi. Still talking about some upper 30s, low 40s as well. 40 out there in Oxford, 41 New Albany, but 36 in South Haven as compared to pretty much almost low 50s. 49 out there in Kosciuszko. So a big difference depending on where you are here in North Mississippi, but getting closer towards average, but this is definitely still below average. You can definitely tell where that normal is supposed to be in the top left of your screen, around 53 degrees for this time of year. So definitely below average conditions, and we'll eventually make our way back towards average, but spoiler alert, that's going to be closer towards Thursday and Friday into your work week. We still got a ways to go. But those feels like values as we continue throughout your Monday, if we're going to show them, there we go. Still taking a hit due to that northerly wind, allowing us to feel a little bit cooler as you go about your day. So those layers definitely going to want to stay in the forecast and the rotation pretty much all week long as we get closer and closer towards those average conditions. But let's take a look at that right here with the 7-day forecast. High of 38 tomorrow with our overnight lows in the low 20s, warming up slightly, mid-20s for your lows, warming on up towards the low 40s for your highs Monday and Tuesday. That rain comes back into the forecast, 30% Wednesday and Thursday before we see a drier forecast for your Friday, and then some more rain potential for your Saturday as well. Could also be tracking some stormy conditions as well, but that's still 7 days out, something I'm going to keep my eye on all weekend long, and especially for the upcoming work week. But also wanted to hit this too, just with how cold and frigid we're going to be, still some dangerous conditions as well. Overnight lows around 17 degrees by Tuesday, so definitely good to stay updated on. Make sure you keep those pipes, pets, anything that you have outdoors protected here in North Mississippi, especially those plants. So definitely want to make sure y'all are updated as we get closer and closer towards the work week. But let's enjoy the weekend here while we have them, seeing those sunny and mostly sunny skies in our future. And of course, if you want to stay updated with us, here's the QR code to both the iOS and Android app. We appreciate all the downloads, all the shares that you have done for that, but also all the feedback, because we want to make sure that it is still one of the best weather apps out there for you guys, because it is made for y'all. So we want to make sure it is something that y'all enjoy just as much as we do, especially putting out all this material and information on it. But of course, we'll be live later on tomorrow at 6 and 10, Still keeping that weekend schedule as we are going to enjoy our sunny Sunday tomorrow. Definitely going to be full of sunshine. We'll be live at 6 and 10 here in the Room to Room Weather Center, but I have enjoyed another Saturday evening with you guys. Already looking forward to tomorrow evening, giving you all the very latest on everything happening weather-wise here in North Mississippi. But until then, enjoy the rest of y'all's night and have a great Sunday tomorrow. I'll see y'all back here in the Room to Room Weather Center.
Growing up, Gabe was naturally curious. When he began to discover weather, Gabe just didn't want to know what was happening, but he wanted to know why it was happening. Gabe became fascinated with tornadoes, and it impacted his life. He wanted to pursue a career in meteorology. Even though Gabe grew up in Alabama, Mississippi has now become his home and his family. And one thing about Gabe is he keeps his family safe.